Before Rockefeller, there was Rothschild by Deanna Spingola. March 27, 2008. Join email list to receive notification of new Spingola articles. Greedy resource seizure put England into desperate financial straits. From 1642 to 1649, goldsmiths and successful merchants helped finance the English Revolution as well as Oliver Cromwell's pursuit and execution of King Charles. The government of King William III reigned from February 13, 1689 to March 8, 1702, was in desperate need of money. William Paterson, seeing an exploitive opportunity, assembled a cartel of wealthy men who agreed to loan the king £1.2 million on the condition that the king pay 8% interest per year. Additionally, the cartel wanted the king to grant a charter creating the Bank of England, established July 27, 1694, which would give the cartel the full and exclusive right to issue notes unprotected by bank assets. Low-risk loans, used for war, were secured by taxes which created abject poverty for the majority of Britain's citizens. Within 4 short years, the national debt had increased 10 times. Britain continued to incur huge war debts during the 1700s. Meanwhile, America, Britain's prosperous colony, was printing debt-free money. Britain then passed the Currency Act of 1764, which deliberately resulted in depression and severe unemployment in America. 2. Mayer Amschel Bauer, born 1743 in Frankfurt-on-the-Main, was the son of Moses Amschel Bauer. After his father's death, Mayer served a 3-year apprenticeship at the Bank of Oppenheimer in Hanover. Because of his monetary skills, he became a junior partner. Mayer accrued sufficient money to return to Frankfurt and purchase his father's counting house located on Judenstrasse, Jew Street. The shop displayed a red shield over the door, the emblem of the revolutionary-minded Jews in Eastern Europe. Bauer adopted the name Rothschild, the German word for red shield, and the infamous House of Rothschild was born. 3. In 1770, Mayer Amschel Rothschild married Gütli Schnapper. In that same year, he retained Jewish-born Adam Weishaupt, an apostate Jesuit-trained professor of canon law, to revise and modernize Illuminism, the worship of Satan, with the objective of world domination and the imposition of the Luciferian ideology upon what would remain of the human race after a final orchestrated social cataclysm. 4. In 1773, Mayer summoned 12 wealthy men to Frankfurt and asked them to pool their resources, then presented the 25-point plan that would enable them to gain control of the wealth, natural resources and manpower of the entire world. 5. Those 25 points are: 1. Use violence and terrorism rather than academic discussions. 2. Preach liberalism to usurp political power. 3. Initiate class warfare. 4. Politicians must be cunning and deceptive. Any moral code leaves a politician vulnerable. 5. Dismantle existing forces of order and regulation. Reconstruct all existing institutions. 6. Remain invisible until the very moment when it has gained such strength that no cunning or force can undermine it. 7. Use mob psychology to control the masses. Without absolute despotism one cannot rule efficiently. 8. Advocate the use of alcoholic liquors, drugs, moral corruption and all forms of vice, used systematically by agenteurs to corrupt the youth. 9. Seize properties by any means to secure submission and sovereignty. 10. Foment wars and control the peace conferences so that neither of the combatants gains territory, placing them further in debt and therefore into our power. 11. Choose candidates for public office who will be servile and obedient to our commands, so they may be readily used as pawns in our game. 12. Use the press for propaganda to control all outlets of public information, while remaining in the shadows, clear of blame. 13. Make the masses believe they had been the prey of criminals. Then restore order to appear as the saviors. 14. Create financial panics. Use hunger to control to subjugate the masses. 15. Infiltrate Freemasonry to take advantage of the Grand Orient Lodges to cloak the true nature of their work in philanthropy. Spread their atheistic materialistic ideology amongst the Goyim Gentiles. 16. When the hour strikes for our sovereign Lord of the entire world to be crowned, their influence will banish everything that might stand in his way. 17. Use systematic deception, high-sounding phrases and popular slogans. The opposite of what has been promised can always be done afterwards. That is of no consequence. 18. A reign of terror is the most economical way to bring about speedy subjection. 19. Masquerade as political, financial and economic advisors to carry out our mandates with diplomacy and without fear of exposing the secret power behind national and international affairs. 20. Ultimate world government is the goal. It will be necessary to establish huge monopolies, so even the largest fortunes of the Goyim will depend on us to such an extent that they will go to the bottom together with the credit of their governments on the day after the great political smash. 21. Use economic warfare. Rob the Goyim of their landed properties and industries with a combination of high taxes and unfair competition. 22. Make the Goyim destroy each other so there will only be the proletariat left in the world, with a few millionaires devoted to our cause, and sufficient police and soldiers to protect our interest. 23. Call it the New Order. Appoint a dictator. 24. Fool, bemuse and corrupt the younger members of society by teaching them theories and principles we know to be false. 25. Twists national and international laws into a contradiction which first masks the law and afterwards hides it altogether. Substitute arbitration for law. 6. Why